single night without fail. 3 great ticks glow like tiny moons. I keep wishing on knowing they won't fall. I type paragraphs that shrink to single words, then delete them all before they land. The keyboard becomes a confessional where sins dissolve in a backspace and seen the cruelest 4-letter word in any language I've ever learned. Red receipts are the new ghosting, soft blue torture in a paper-thin screen. You let me know you were there, then vanish like breath on winter glass. I count the minutes between your thumbs and my heartbeat, finding new ways to lose. Red receipts, you leave the door open just wide enough for the cold to walk in and sit on my chest until morning. Last week you replied with a single heart, red and pulsing for half a second before it turned to smoke. I stared at it so long, the color bled into my dreams. Now I send you songs at 2 a.m. Little bottles with no message inside, just the sound of me trying not to drown you. Open every one and never throw a rope. I wonder if you keep the notifications on just to watch me orbit like a moth that learned fire is safer than the dark. Red receipts, a mercy dressed as cruelty, a hand that waves instead of reaching. I refresh the chat until the way gamblers pull levers, hoping this time the silence pays out. You're asleep 3 miles away with your phone face down, and I'm wide awake, learning the exact weight of being seen and still invisible. One day I'll turn them off, I'll stop believing breadcrumbs for a trail you never follow. I'll let the messages sit undelivered like letters returned to sender, because the house burned down and no one told the mailman. Until then I keep making wishes at 11:11 on 3 gray moons that never fall. Red receipts, thank you for teaching me how loud quiet can be. I finally understand why lighthouses don't chase ships. They just blink and blink and blink until the storm decides whether to come home or keep sailing. I'm turning the light off tonight. If you ever look up and notice the dark, you'll know where to find me. Delivered, seen, gone. Delivered, seen, gone. Gone. There's an 8-hour difference carved between us like a canyon. No bridge remembers how to cross when my alarm drags me into gray Monday light. You're already brushing sleep from your hair on the other side of the world. I drink coffee that tastes like missing you. You sip tea that hasn't met my name yet. We're the same story, being read in 2 different centuries. I save the funniest thing that happens all day in a note titled "Tell Her Later." By the time later arrives, the joke has gone stale, and your laughter is already asleep. waiting every single day. I say I love you into a phone that hands it to you 8 hours late, wrapped in yesterday's voice and tomorrow's longing. 8-hour difference turned our forever into a relay race, where only one of us is ever running at a time. You send me photos of Saturday markets while I'm microwaving Friday's leftovers. Your sun is loud and golden, mine is the color of almost gone. I watch your stories on silent, read your lips shaping someone else's morning, and feel like a thief stealing light from a day I haven't earned yet. Sometimes you call when it's 3 a.m. for me, and I answer with a voice made of gravel and warmth, pretending I wasn't dreaming of you anyway. We tried sinking once, I stayed up, you woke early. We met for 20 exhausting minutes in the thin crack between our worlds, and cried because even exhaustion felt like home. 8-hour difference is learning to hold someone with your eyes closed and your heart open across an ocean of unsent goodnights. I fall asleep to the thought of your sunrise, and you wake up to the echo of my moon still hanging in your sky, like a promise I forgot to keep. One day the distance will shrink to the width of a doorstep, or grow to the length of a lifetime. Until then, I keep a second clock on my nightstand, set to your city, just so I can watch the hands move while you live the hours I can only borrow in dreams. 8-hour difference taught me the bravest kind of love, loving someone in a time zone they haven't reached yet. I kiss the dark where your face would be, and trust the earth to carry it forward until your morning finds my mouth still shaped around the same 3 words I said 8 hours ago, and we'll say again 8 hours from now. The planet keeps turning just to bring us a little closer, one slow sunrise at a time. Good night, my love, or good morning. I love you in every tense the clock hasn't invented yet. Posted a picture last night, candlelight soft on the curve of your cheek. He's half out of frame, but his arm claims the rest of the space like he owns gravity. You're smiling the smile I used to chase across 3 states, the one that started small in the left corner, spilled slow like honey deciding to fall. I know every millimeter of that journey, I measured it in heartbeats once. I zoom in until the pixels bruise, just to check if your eyes still crinkle the same when the the smile is real, they do. That's what finishes me. Keep smiling for the camera, baby. You finally learned how to mean it. I was the rough draft, the shaky rehearsal, the nights you practiced in the mirror while I pretended to sleep. Now every flash catches the finished version, polished, effortless, cruel in its ease. Smile for the camera, baby. I taught you that curve and you gave it away for free. The comments say you look so happy, little red hearts raining like confetti on a grave. I wanna write, he doesn't know that smile took 3 years and 2 breakdowns to perfect. He wasn't there for the dress rehearsals when it cracked in the middle and you cried because it still felt borrowed. He just walked in on opening night and took the bow I paid for in blood. I liked it, then unliked it, and stared at the empty space where my name used to be, until the screen went black and showed me my own reflection, looking like someone who lost in his own house. Keep smiling for the camera, baby. It suits you better than my hands ever did. I was the dark room, he's the daylight you always deserved. Every photo is proof that some people are only meant to develop the picture, not live inside the frame. One day the algorithm will stop punishing me, and your face will drift down the feed like a leaf I no longer reach for. Until then I keep scrolling past sunsets just to watch you glow in someone else's sunrise. Smile for the camera, baby. I'm proud of you and ruined by it in the same breath. You finally look like the version of yourself I always knew was hiding behind my shadow. Thank you for stepping into the light. I'll stay here learning how to live with the after image burn on the inside of my eyelids. Keep smiling, I'll teach myself to look away eventually. They played our song in the grocery store, right between the cereal and the canned tomatoes. It drifted down from the ceiling like a memory that forgot it wasn't welcome. I was reaching for the same brand of soup you used to warm when I was sick, and the first piano note hit me so cleanly. I dropped the can, it rolled under the shelf like it was trying to hide from what came next. The melody knew exactly where to press. It found the bruise I'd been pretending wasn't tender. They played our song in the grocery store, and I left a full cart in aisle 9. Milk, eggs, bread, all abandoned, like a life I couldn't finish shopping for. I walked past the registers without looking up, past the teenage cashier who will never know why a grown man suddenly needed air more than dinner. Our song, 3 minutes and 12 seconds of perfectly preserved heartbreak, piped in at safe public volume so no one else had to bleed. I made Made it to the parking lot before the chorus arrived. Sat in the driver's seat with the door open, key still in my pocket. Let in the cold bite, because pain on the outside felt fairer than the kind on the inside. A mother loaded groceries beside me, her kids singing along to the exact same bridge we slow danced to. The night I thought forever was a reasonable request. He got the words wrong, I envied him. I waited for the song to end, the way sailors wait for storms to pass over the bow. It did. The next track was something beat about summer. I laughed once, short cracked the sound of a man realizing the world keeps spinning even when your needle is stuck. They played our song in the grocery store, and I paid for it with an entire evening I'll never get back. I drove home without the soup, without the milk, with a card-shaped hole in the middle of my chest. Some melodies are landmines disguised as background noise. You can live a whole life avoiding the field and still step on one between pasta sauces and toilet paper. I haven't been back to that store. I shop at night now, smaller places where the speakers only play jazz. Nobody ever fell in love too safer that way, but sometimes in the quiet of my kitchen I hum the first 4 notes just to prove I'm still breathing. After the explosion, they played our song in the grocery store, and I finally understood. Some things are louder when everyone else can't hear them scream. I left the cart, but I took the song with me, folded small, pressed between the ribs. A receipt for a life I paid for and walked away from all at once. Thank you, aisle 9. I needed the reminder that healing sometimes looks like an abandoned shopping cart and a man learning how to leave without making a scene. I've known the weight of your coat since we were 15, how it falls off one shoulder when you're tired. I've memorized the exact second your laugh turns real, the tiny inhale before the left side lips. I keep every detail in a locked drawer behind my ribs, labeled do not open in front of her. You tell me about the boys who break your days, and I nod like a good friend should, while my pulse rehearses betrayal in a language only blood understands. You say you're like my brother, and I die politely with a smile that never reaches the crime scene. I'm the best friend who knows all your secrets, except the one that would ruin everything. I've tasted your name in my sleep and swallowed it back down before morning could snitch. I'm the safest place you've ever cried, and the most dangerous place you've ever stood without knowing. Best friend secret, I've been in love with you since the first time you fell off your bike, and I carried you 3 blocks home, pretending the shaking was just from the weight. We still meet every Thursday for coffee, same corner booth, your knee brushing mine under the table like an accident that keeps happening on purpose. You talk about the new guy who texts you poetry at 2 a.m. and I stir 3 sugars into my cup just to have something to do with hands that wanna reach across and rewrite every line he sent with my own mouth. You ask why I'm quiet tonight. I say work's been heavy. You believe me. You always believe me. That's the part that hurts cleanest. I watch you leave your scarf on the chair again. I fold it the way you like, small and neat, then press it to my face for one stolen second before hanging it on the coat rack like nothing happened. I'm the best friend who knows all your secrets and keeps the worst one locked in my throat. I've rehearsed telling you in every mirror, every shower, every red light. The words always dissolve the way sugar doesn't rain. One day you'll fall in love for real, and I'll stand beside you in whatever suit they make groomsmen wear, and smile the widest, because that's what heroes do in stories where they never get the girl. Sometimes I imagine a parallel Thursday where I finally say it, and the world tilts just enough for you to tilt with it. Most nights I imagine the other version where I stay quiet and you stay happy, and the distance between those two futures is the exact width of the rest of my life. I'm the best friend who knows all your secrets, and we'll carry this one to whatever grave finds me first. When you say I don't know what I'd do without you, I hear thank you for staying on your side of the line. So I stay and stay and stay until staying becomes its own kind of leaving. Best friend secret, loving you quietly is the loudest thing I've ever done. Your scarf still smells like Thursday, I'll bring it next week. Same time, same booze, same unspoken war. You used to wear the same perfume. 10 years later it still finds me. Before your face does, it drifted across the bookstore cafe like a postcard from a country I was deported from without warning. One breath and I was 26 again, standing in your hallway while you sprayed your wrists and laughed about being late for a movie we'd never see, because we couldn't stop kissing against the door. Scent is the cruelest time machine. No ticket, no warning, just sudden arrival in a body that no longer belongs there. You smell the same, and the room tilted 10 degrees toward a life we closed the door on. Everything else had changed. Your hair shorter, your laugh a little lower, the way you held your cup with both hands now, like you learned to be careful with warm things. But the perfume was a stubborn country that refused to redraw its borders. You smelled almost said your name the way I used to when it still lived in my mouth, like a prayer I believed in. You were 3 tables away, reading something with a blue cover, sunlight doing the thing it used to do across your collarbone. I watched the steam from your tea curl like it remembered my fingers. You looked up once, I scanning the room the way people do when they feel a ghost breathing on the back of their neck. Our gazes brushed, not quite meeting, not quite avoiding, and the perfume wrapped around my throat like a scarf I wasn't allowed to keep. I paid for a coffee I didn't drink and left before the scent could follow me home and ruin another night. You smell the same, and it was proof that some things outrun us. No matter how fast we walk away, the rest of you had moved on beautifully, gracefully. But that small cloud of cedar and vanilla was still loyal to a version of us that died quietly in a hallway. 10 years ago you smelled the same, and I almost waved like a man waving at his own grave from the wrong side of the glass. I hope he knows what it means when you wear that scent on ordinary Tuesdays. I hope he understands he's breathing in a love letter written by somebody else's younger heart. I hope it keeps you warm the way it once kept Steve. You smelled the same, and for 3 full seconds I was forgiven for everything I broke. Then the moment passed, the perfume thinned, and I walked out into a city that had finally learned my new name. You smell the same. Thank you for the small mercy of not changing, the one thing I was never strong enough to let go of. Cedar, vanilla, a trace of rain. I still carry you in the lining of every coat I own. We still set a chair at the table, the one with the wobble you always fixed with a folded coaster. Mom puts the plate down gently, like she's afraid the porcelain will bruise. Nobody sits there, the napkin stays folded, the glass stays empty, but the space is occupied by the shape of you. We all learn to walk around without touching. Dad says grace a little longer now, as if extra words might stretch across the miles and find you still breathing. There's a chair at the table that no one sits in anymore. It holds the light differently, catches the sun in a way the others don't, like it's trying to keep your outline warm. We pass the potatoes clockwise and pretend the circle isn't broken. A chair at the table with your name carved underneath an 8-year-old handwriting. No one has the heart to sand away. Thanksgiving smells the same, cinnamon and sage and something burning quietly. Your niece asks why Aunt Lena's seat is empty, and we say she's eating with the angels tonight. She not satisfied, takes an extra roll for you anyway. and sets it on the plate like an offering to a God who stopped answering. I watch the butter melt untouched and think about how grief is just love with nowhere left to go. Mom still cooks for 5, then wraps the leftovers in foil swans, the way you taught her. There's a chair at the table that creaks when the heat comes on, as if it remembers your weight and refuses to forget. We talk around it, over it, never to it, but every story still bends toward the empty space, like flowers toward a window that hasn't opened in 3 years. Sometimes late, I pull the chair out and sit opposite me, just to see what conversation looks like. When one side doesn't answer, I tell you about the new job, the dog, how mom's hair went white overnight. The silence listens better than most people ever tease. There's a chair at the table, and one day we'll stop setting the plate. Maybe next Christmas, maybe never. Until then it keeps its vigil, quiet, stubborn. A wooden lighthouse on a shore where you never came home. We eat around the missing the way planets orbit. A star that burned out, but still pulls everything into its old perfect circle. Save me a seat wherever you are. I'll be the one still passing the salt to the empty air beside me. You're waking up when I'm saying goodnight. Your sun climbing while mine slips out the back door. I watch the sky over my city turn the color of old bruises, and imagine it's the same light touching your face. 8 hours ahead, we live on the same planet, but different pages of its diary. I send you a voice note at my midnight. You hear it with coffee steam curling around your ears, like a cat that learned to time travel. We used to measure distance in subway stops. Now it's measured in sunrises I sleep through, and sunset you haven't earned yet. Different time zones turned our love into a long-distance relationship with the same person. I kiss you goodbye while you're still dreaming of hello. We wave at each other across a gap no plane can close. Different time zones, the cruelest kind of almost. Close enough to feel, far enough to hate, never quite arriving at the same now. Your Thursday is my Wednesday ghost. I celebrate your birthday twice. Once when my clock strikes 12, and again when yours finally does. I blow out candles alone and save the wish in a jar labeled when you wake up. You send photos of golden hour streets while I'm microwaving dinner under fluorescent grief. We compare skies like children comparing bruises. Yours is rose and peach, the color of almost gone. Sometimes the lack feels kind, it gives me 8 extra hours to choose the right words. Most times it just stretches the silence until it learns how to scream. Different time zones taught me how to miss someone who's still breathing in the future. I fall asleep to your morning voice note and dream in the space between your sentences. We're two clocks, wound by the same hand, but set to different wounds. One day the gap will shrink or grow or disappear entirely. Until then, I keep the world map on my wall with a red string stretched thin from my today to your tomorrow. It hums when the wind moves, a quiet lullaby made of longitude and stubborn hope. Different times and time zones are slowly teaching me how to love someone in past, present, and future. All at once I kiss the screen where your face was and let the 8-hour echo settle on my lips like dew that hasn't decided if it belongs to last night or tomorrow morning. I'll wait. The earth is patient when it spins for two. Good morning, love, or good night. I never know anymore, but I say both just in case one of them finds you awake. We said see you soon on FaceTime. Your face pixelated by airport Wi-Fi. You were holding back tears with that half smile you wear when you're trying to be brave for both of us. The gate agent called your roll. Your camera shook as you stood, and for one frozen second the screen showed the ceiling lights behind you. Like a constellation we hadn't named yet, I told you to go. Voice steady the way luggage wheels pretend to be on cracked linoleum. You blew a kiss that landed 8 hours late on a cheek already learning the temperature of alone. 4 days since that FaceTime goodbye, and the call still lives in my recent list like a bookmark in a book I can't finish. I open it sometimes when the silence gets loud, watch the frozen frame of your waving hand, and pretend the buffering wheel is the world trying to bring you back online. We said see you soon, like soon was a place you could fly to, with a boarding pass and a promise for 9 days. And soon it's still loading. Your last message is a voice note saying I made it. The flat's small, but the light is good. I play it when my light feels wrong. Let your excitement fill the rooms you never saw. I tried calling once at 3 a.m. my time, your time, too early for apologies. It rang out to voicemail, and I hung up before the beep. Because some things are heavier than satellites can carry. The thumbnail of you in that airport is the only photo I haven't cropped or filtered or hidden in a folder called later. 419 days since that FaceTime goodbye, and I still flinch when the notification sound is anything but your name. I keep the app updated, like keeping a porch light on for a train that changed its route. We said see you soon, the way children say when I grow up. Believing time is something you can outrun if you just love hard enough. One day the car will disappear from the recents, pushed down by new names, new almost. One day I'll delete it the way you delete a city from your weather app, when you finally admit you're not going back. Until then, it stays a small blue icon, holding the last moment your face was close enough to touch, through glass and distance and the thin lie of soon. 419 days and counting, the FaceTime goodbye taught me that some doors close in slow motion, one pixel at a time. I still say see you soon to the dark sometimes, practice it like a prayer for a God who moved and forgot to leave a forwarding address for 19 days. And I'm learning how to hang up without letting go. Call me when you land, love, I'm still here. The light is good. I saved you the better side of the bed. We said hi like strangers on the corner of 9th and Pine. Late October wind pushing leaves between the small space where our history used to stand. You wore the navy coat I once kept in my closet for nights you forgot yours. It looked better on you now, loser, like you'd grown into the room. I always kept you tight, your voice was polite, a careful handshake instead of the full body collision it used to be. 3 seconds of eye contact felt like 3 years compressed into a blink. We said hi like strangers, and it killed me more than goodbye ever did. No yelling, no tears, just 2 people who once knew every inch of each other, pretending the map had been erased. Your smile was small and perfect, a closed door with soft lighting behind it. I smiled back the way you smile at old scars, recognition without wanting to touch. You asked how I'd been, I said good, the word tasting like paper. You said you moved downtown, new job, new plants, new quiet mornings. I nodded like someone hearing the weather report for a country he no longer lives in. A bus roared past, drowning the silence we were both feeding. And for a moment I thought maybe the noise would swallow us before the awkwardness could finish its meal. Your hair smelled the same 10 years, and the city hadn't managed to wash you out of it. We said hi like strangers, and the street kept moving around us like water around two stones that used to be the same mountain. You shifted your back higher on your shoulder, the small gesture I once kissed. When it slipped, I almost reached to fix it, then remembered some reflexes are fossils now. You said take care, soft, final, a period at the end of a sentence. We started writing when we were 19 and fearless. I said you too and meant it more than I've meant anything. Years we said hi like strangers and walked separate directions without looking back. No drama, no cinematic rain, just two people who once set the world on fire, learning how to pass without burning. It hurt clean the way a healed wound hurts when the weather changes. A quiet reminder that some things close gently and still leave the shade of themselves behind. Take care, goodbye, without the word thank you, for the softest knife I never saw coming. Every Friday at 7 we meet at the same Italian place. Red checker tablecloths, candles stuck in an old Chianti bottle. You sit on the left, I sit on the right, and between us always the empty chair. You talk about your week, I nod, pour more wine, while the silence in that chair grows another year older. The waiter stopped asking, party of two. He just brings 3 sets of cutlery and quietly removes the third. You say, isn't this nice, just us? And I smile like a man who hasn't spent 6 years learning how to breathe around a ghost. It's always table for 3, even when only 2 of us show up. I order for the space you used to fill, extra parmesan, no anchovies, and pretend the plate isn't cold before it even arrives. Table for 3, me, you, and the words I keep folded in the napkin under my hand. One day the chair will stop waiting. Tonight it still pulls itself out when you laugh Last month you brought up the new guy, how he hates olives, loves jazz, makes you feel seen. I watched the candle flicker and wondered if flames get jealous when someone else warms the room. You asked if I'm seeing anyone, I said not really, which is the politest way to say I'm fully booked by a reservation I can't cancel. You reached across the table to steal a piece of my fries, the way you've done since we were 19. Your fingers brushed mine and the chair creaked like it remembered how your hand used to fit there instead of here. It's always table for three, even when the menu changes. I still ask for the corner booth because the light hits your face the same as it did the night I almost said it. Table for three, where I practice being happy for you until the muscles in my cheeks learn the shape permanently. One day I'll stop hearing the scrape of that invisible chair when you lean in to tell me a secret. Maybe next year I'll pick a different restaurant, sit with my back to the wall, order for one and let the waiter keep the extra setting. Maybe I'll keep coming until the candle burns down and the wax covers the place where your name was never spoken aloud. Either way, the bill always comes and I always pay for three. It's always table for three until it isn't. Tonight the candle is shorter, the wine is cheaper, and you're glowing the way people do when they're finally sitting at the right table. I raise my glass to the empty chair and drink to its health one last time. Table for three is becoming table for two, and I'm learning how to leave a tip for the quietest guest I ever loved. Check please, keep the change. In the chair I won't need it anymore. Nobody says my name the way you did, like you were turning it over in your mouth to find the softer side before letting it land. You stretched the middle out just long enough for warmth to settle, then clipped the end like you were afraid it might run away. If you gave it too much room, I didn't know a syllable could feel like home until you built one out of 3 letters and the hush between them. People say it now and it sounds like a stranger borrowing my code. Nobody says my name the way you did, like it was a secret you were proud to keep. You made it feel chosen, not just inherited. I walk through days answering to a version that sits wrong on the tongue because it never passed through yours first. How you said my name was the gentlest kind of claiming, quiet, certain, impossible to unhear. Once the room is empty, I tested it once, introduced myself to a barista, and waited for the echo of the way you used to answer. Nothing, just steam and small talk. I've tried teaching friends a small lift you gave the second syllable, the tiny smile tucked inside the consonant. they try. Bless them, but it falls flat, like a song played in the wrong key. Your version was the only one in tune with whatever frequency my heart was broadcasting back then. Sometimes half asleep, I swear I hear it from the other side of the bed, and reach for a body that learned a new language without me. Nobody says my name the way you did, like you were polishing it before handing it back. Shining, I've started answering slower to give the silence a chance to shape it correctly. But silence never loved me the way you did. I wonder if you still say it in your sleep, or if someone new has taught you a different melody for the same three notes. I hope not. Some names should stay sacred, a private prayer only one mouth was ever meant to speak. Nobody says my name the way you did, and maybe that's the point. Maybe some sounds are only loaned for a season, then return to the air to dissolve like breath on winter glass. I carry the memory of it the way monks carry silence, gently, completely, forever. Thank you for teaching my name, how beautiful it could be. Loved. Say it again just once, even if only the dark is listening. If I could go back to December, I'd stand in the snow outside your door, instead of driving away with the radio too loud. You were wearing that gray sweater, the one with the hole at the cuff. Your thumb kept worrying like it could fix more than wool. I told you I needed space, and watch your face folding on itself the way paper does when it realizes it's about to be thrown away. I thought freedom tasted like open road, it tasted like ash in the cold side of the bed. If I could go back to December, I'd never let you leave the porch light on for no one. I'd swallow every sharp word I dressed up as honesty and trade them for the soft ones I was too afraid to wear. I'd hold you in the driveway until the snow forgave us both for thinking love could survive on pride alone. If I could go back to December, I'd stay. I heard you moved on in April, someone who doesn't make you beg for warmth. I saw the picture, your smile looks lighter now, like someone finally opened the window in a room I kept too dark. I don't blame you, I blame the version of me who thought being right was warmer than being with you on a night the world was white and quiet and begging us to listen. I still drive past your old house sometimes. The new owners painted the door red, it used to be blue. Everything changes except the way December feels when it finds me unprepared. If I could go back to December, I'd tell you all the things I rehearsed in the car on the way home that night but never said out loud. I'd say I was scared, not cold. I'd say your hands were the only place I ever felt safe enough to fall apart. I'd let the snow pile up on the windshield until morning, just to have one more hour of you believing I was better than I was. Time doesn't go backwards, but memory does. It takes me there every year when the air turns sharp and the lights on the neighbors' houses look like the ones we never hung together. I stand in my own driveway now and whisper sorry to the dark, hoping the wind carries it to whatever December you're living in. If I could go back to December, I'd never let you go. But I can't, so I'll carry the cold like a coat I refuse to take off until it teaches me how to be warm for someone else, the way I never was for you. If I could go back to December, I'd stay, I'd stay. I'm sorry, love. The snow remembers. I always will. I saw you through the window of a place we never went. You were laughing at something he whispered low. The light caught the side of your face, the same way it did the morning you left. Only this time you weren't looking for the door. You were looking at him like the room had just begun. I stood there holding someone else's coffee, burning my hand and not feeling a thing. Funny how pain chooses its own temperature. You look happier than ever with him, like peace finally moved into the space I left empty. Your eyes don't search the crowd anymore, they rest, and it's beautiful and it's brutal. I taught you how to smile like that, now he gets to keep it. You look happier than ever, and I'm standing in the ashes of my own prayers, learning how to be grateful while something inside quietly breaks. You cut your hair shorter, the way you always talked about. He runs his fingers through it like it was made for his hands. I almost waved, then remember I'm a stranger now. I almost smiled and remember it would look like surrender. So I just watch you walk away. You're a step lighter than it ever was with me, like love used to weigh 1,000 pounds and someone finally took it off your shoulders. I wonder if you still drink oat milk lattes. I wonder if he knows you hate being tickled on the left side. I wonder if you ever think of me at all, then hate myself for hoping the answer is yes. You look happier than ever with him, the kind of happy that doesn't need to prove anything. It just exists, quiet and certain, like sunrise after a night you thought would never end. I hope he knows how rare that light is. I hope he never dims it. You look happier than ever, and I'm learning that love sometimes means walking away so someone else can stay. I used to think letting go was failure. Now I think it's the bravest kind of winning. If you're blooming where I couldn't water you, then the drought was mine to carry, not yours. You look happier than ever with him, and for the first time I don't wanna ruin it. I just wanna remember how you last sounded, when it wasn't trying to hold everything together. You look happier, and I'm finally learning how to mean it when I say I'm glad. Keep shining love, I'll find my own sun somewhere down the road. I still check airport arrivals for a flight you'll never be on. The board flips and flickers, destination spilling like loose change across the screen. I stand in the same spot every time, near the pillar with the chipped paint, watching families collapse into each other, the way paper cranes unfold in water. Strangers hug like they've been holding their breath for 12 time zones. I breathe normally, I've had practice. The automatic doors I open, and for one stupid heartbeat I let the crowd blur into maybe. I still check airport arrivals, the way monks check prayer wheels. Ritual, repetition, a quiet kind of madness. No one questions, your name isn't on any manifest, but I read every line anyway, searching for a ghost in transit. Some gates close forever, and still we stand at the barrier, holding signs that spell nothing to anyone but us. Last week a woman waited beside me, with a bouquet wilting in the heat. Her flight landed, no one came. She left the flowers on a bench and walked away smaller. I almost picked them up, thought they might look right on the table where your suitcase never sat. Instead I watched them droop, petals folding in on themselves like secrets that got too heavy. I understood them perfectly, the announcements wash over me in 3 languages I don't speak, all saying the same thing. Move along, nothing to see here, keep walking. I still check airport arrivals on nights when the city feels too still. I drive here after midnight, parking short term like I'm only staying a minute. Watch the board reset itself, the way hearts try to. Every landing is a small resurrection, and every empty gate a quiet burial. I come for the almost, the almost. You stepping through the almost, us beginning baggage claim. One day I'll forget the route, or the terminal will be renovated, or the ache will finally take a different flight. Until then, I keep the ritual the way widows keep wedding rings and velvet boxes they never open but never throw away. Some arrivals are measured in years, and some departures never quite finish. I still check airport arrivals, but I don't stand as close anymore. I watch from the car now, engine running, hands loose on the wheel. The board still flips, names still dissolve, and no one looks like you the way they used to. I think that's progress or surrender, maybe both. We're the same face in the rearview mirror as I pull away. Safe travels, love. Wherever you are, the gate's closed. I'm finally boarding something else. They're tearing down the old stadium this spring, piece by rusted piece, like peeling a scar to see what's underneath. I drove past at dusk, saw the floodlights already gone, just skeletons of steel reaching for a sky that forgot their names. Under the south bleachers there's a slab of concrete no one bothered to jackhammer yet. Our initials are still there, carved the night we once stayed, drunk on adrenaline and stolen peach vodka. The letters have softened, rounded by weather and time, like the edges of a secret someone tried to gentle. I crouched down, ran my thumb across the groove. It still fits perfectly. Some things refuse to outgrow us. We carved our names under the bleachers, thinking forever was something you could etch in stone. Now the stone is leaving and the names stay, stubborn fossils in a place that won't exist next month. Funny how the most temporary nights leave the deepest cuts. I talk to the empty stands sometimes, tell them you got married last fall. Tell them I wore a tie I hated, and smiled in all the pictures. The bleachers don't judge, they just creak like old men who've heard every heartbreak and still show up for the game. I brought a six-pack of the night before demolition started, sat on the 50-yard line and drank to the echo of sneakers on metal, to the way you used to climb down backwards so your skirt wouldn't fly up. I toasted the spot where we first said I love you, loud enough for the marching band to hear. The grass has grown wild there now, dandelions pushing through the turf like they're trying to spell something we never finished saying. A security guard found me at 2 a.m. He didn't ask questions, just handed me a flashlight and looked the other way, while I chipped a small piece of concrete free. It sits in my glove box now, rough and worn from the engine, a relic no museum would want. We carved our names under the bleachers, and the wrecking ball is coming next week. I keep the fragment in my pocket when the city feels too loud. It weighs almost nothing and everything it wants. Some love stories end in marriage, ours ends in rubble and a handful of dust that still knows how to spell us. I won't be there the day they swing but I'll feel it, the small earthquake in my chest when the last sea collapses. And somewhere under the noise I'll hear you laughing, 17 and fearless, telling me the stars look closer from the top row. They really were. They can tear the bleachers down, flatten the field, build condos with rooftop gardens where we once ruled the night. But they'll never smooth out the place in me that still leans against cold metal, waiting for you to climb down backwards, skirt in your teeth, eyes shining like the scoreboard. When it flashed our victory, we carved our names under the bleachers, and the names outlasted the kingdom. Come wind, come dust, come new pain, the heart still beats in the shape of two letters no one will ever read again except me. You wore white on graduation day, not the gown, the sundress underneath, the one with tiny daisies that caught the wind every time you turned to find me in the crowd. I still see it when the light hits a certain angle in June, how the fabric moved like it was shy of your skin. We stood on the football field, pretending the future was a wide open gate instead of a slow closing door. The sun burned our shoulders and we called it blessing. They told us to throw our caps, I threw mine too hard, like I could launch myself into whatever came next, as long as you were standing in it. Graduation day, you were sunlight wearing a girl's shape. I was a boy trying to bottle it before someone told me glass breaks. I still taste that afternoon, metallic and sweet, like the moment before a storm realizes it's allowed to cry. You in white, me in disbelief, both of us too young to understand. No, the picture would outlive the feeling. I found the photo last week, tucked in a book I haven't opened since college. We're mid-jump, your hair a halo of gold thread, my arm around your waist like I'd earned the right to gravity. The grass was too green, the sky too blue, everything screaming this is important. Remember it, I remembered. You probably don't, that's the part that sits heaviest. Your mother hugged me that day and whispered take care of her. I thought I would, I thought forever was something you could graduate into. Graduation day, the last time the world felt stitched together with something stronger than regret. I still flinch when I hear pomp and circumstance, like a dog that's been kicked by a song. You in white running across the fields, or whoever you became, me standing still, learning the difference between a memory and a wound. Sometimes I dream we stayed on that field, grass growing tall around us, until the stadium lights burned out and the seasons forgot our names. We'd still be 17, still believing the diploma was for life, not just for childhood. I wake up gasping, reach for the dress that isn't there, find only the shape of your absence pressed into the mattress, like a flower someone forgot to throw away. Graduation day, thank you for being mercilessly bright. Thank you for the white dress and the way you looked back once before the crowd swallowed you. I kept the tassel, it's faded to the color of old teeth now, but I still hang it from the rear view like a rear view prayer that some roads circle back even when they swear they're one way. You wore white and I wore certainty. Only one of us kept the color. The Uber driver played our song without knowing it was ours. He tapped the steering wheel to the exact beat your heart used to keep against my shoulder on Sunday mornings when the world was still asleep. I was in the backseat, half drunk on jet lag and cheap wine, watching city lights smear across the window like wet with rain. Or maybe just my eyes, learning a new language. He hummed along, off-key, happy. I wanted to tell him some songs of crime scenes, and he was dancing on the evidence. The Uber driver played our song and I tipped him $50 to change it. He laughed, thought I was generous or insane. Didn't ask, which I couldn't explain, that 3 minutes and 19 seconds cost more than money when they're carrying the only version of you that still says my name the right way. He switched to talk radio. I stared at the new silence like it was a lifeboat, and I'd just been pulled from the wreck, still holding the broken mast. He asked if I was okay. I said long flight, which was true, but not the flight he meant. The song had ended, but the chorus kept looping behind my eyes. Your voice in the high harmony we always joked was too pretty for me to ruin. I watched the meter climb and thought some rides you pay for twice, once to get home, once to survive. The soundtrack at a red light. He glanced in the mirror and saw something he decided not to name. He turned the volume lower out of mercy or fear, I'll never know. The Uber driver played our song and I paid him $50 to kill him mid-verse. He took the cash, said rough night, huh? Like he understood the currency of heartbreak is whatever you have in your wallet when the past decides to speak through someone else's speakers. I got out 2 blocks early, walked the rest in the rain, just to feel something that wasn't you, singing back up to my ruin. I still use that app, I still sit in the back. I never learned how to warn the next driver that some silence is more expensive than any surge pricing. The Uber driver played our song and $50 bought me the mercy of a different station. I never got his name, never will, but I think of him when the radio is kind. A stranger who changed the channel and accidentally saved my life. One song at a time, thank you, whoever you were. The fare is paid, keep the change, keep the song. I'm finally learning how to ride without bleeding on the upholstery. Next time I'll take the train, no radio, just windows and the quiet I'm slowly becoming friends with. eyes bleed into the puddles like forgotten ink on a page we left blank. I grip the wheel a little tighter, tracing the curve of your shadow in the dark. The radio hums a static lullaby, whispers of songs we danced to once. Now they're just echoes in this empty car, fading like headlights in the fog. Every corner turns into yesterday, pulling me back to the warmth we lost. I should turn around, find my way home, but these roads know your name too well. I'm driving through the neon rain, chasing ghosts in every lane. The city's crying for what we had, washing away the plans we made. Your voice lingers on the dashboard light, a flicker in the dead of night. Neon rain falls so slow, drowning out the letting go. Billboards flicker like old film reels, scenes of us laughing under clearer skies. The wipers sweep away the blurred lines, but they can't erase the ache inside. I passed the bridge where we watched the dawn, now it's just a silhouette against the storm. The engine hums a quiet confession of all the miles I can't outrun. Every red light stops me in my tracks, reminding me of pauses we never took. I could pull over, let the silence win, but your memory rides shotgun still. I'm driving through the neon rain, chasing ghosts in every lane. The city's crying for what we had, washing away the plans we made. Your voice lingers on the dashboard light, a flicker in the dead of night. Neon rain, it falls so slow, drowning out the letting go. Maybe one day these streets will forget the way we wandered hand in hand, but tonight the rain's a gentle thief, stealing breaths from what remains. I close my eyes at the empty stop, and for a second you're here again. A soft illusion in the downpour, slipping through my fingers like sand. I'm driving through the neon rain, chasing ghosts in every lane. Neon rain, it lets me know we're just a story in the glow, drowning out the letting go. I saw your story at 2 a.m. You're on a rooftop in Lisbon, wind in your hair. He's kissing the spot behind your ear, the one that used to make you fold into me like paper. You're glowing the way people do when they think no one from the past is watching. I swipe up to close it, but the image burns behind my eyelids anyway. I should be asleep. Instead I'm counting time zones like sins. I hope he breaks your heart, not all at once, no, slowly, politely. The way you broke mine, I hope he forgets to text back, leaves you staring at a ceiling that doesn't know your name. I hope you taste the silence I swallow for months. I'm a terrible person, but God, I hope he breaks your heart, so you finally understand how it feels to watch someone be okay without you. I heard you tell your friends I was intense. Funny, I remember you begging me not to be gentle. Now you post black and white photos with captions about peace, while I'm still picking shrapnel out of my ribs. You look lighter, I look like the before picture in your glow-up story. I like the photo, took it back in 3 seconds. You probably didn't even notice, that's the worst part. I hope he breaks your heart. I hope he cancels last minute, leaves you dressed up in the mirror, learning how beautiful only can look. I hope he teaches you that I'm busy, can't be sharper than I don't love you anymore. I hope you lie awake, wondering what you did wrong the way I did every single night. Maybe then you'll text me at 3 a.m. with shaking thumbs and sorries that taste like rust. Maybe I'll answer, maybe I won't. Either way, I need you to know how it feels when the person who said forever changes their mind, and you're left holding the echo. I hope he breaks your heart just enough so you remember mine, then fixes it better than I ever could. I hope he loves you the way you deserve, because I clearly didn't. I hope he breaks your heart, then proves mine was wrong. I hope you stay happy, even if it kills me. I hope you stay happy, and I learn how to mean it. I like the photo, but I still see it every time I close my eyes. You're smiling, and I'm almost okay with that.